Have you ever wondered what would happen if a boss went undercover to see how his own business really operated? What he found that morning wasn't just poor service or lazy employees. It was betrayal, theft, and silence from those too afraid to speak up. What happened next will shock you. And if you're watching this, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below. Let us know what you would have done in his shoes. It was early. Around 7:30 a.m. rain tapped softly against the windows of a small roadside diner tucked between a gas station and an old laundromat. The kind of place where truckers stopped for pancakes and locals came for coffee that never quite cooled down. Inside, a man walked in wearing faded jeans, a flannel shirt, and a cap pulled low over his face. He looked like any other traveler passing through town. His name was Walt, or at least that's what he told the hostess with tired eyes and no smile. In truth, his real name was Greg Harper, CEO of a national chain called Golden Griddle. No one would recognize him here. Not dressed like this. Not speaking with that slight southern twang. He picked a booth near the kitchen, the perfect spot to watch everything unfold. The floor was clean enough, but the corners were dusty. The Employee of the Month board still showed someone from months ago. Small signs that something wasn't right. A young woman named Maya came by. She was fast on her feet, juggling plates like a magician with too many tricks. Her uniform was worn, but neat. Her smile was real, though clearly forced. Greg ordered the special: eggs, bacon, pancakes, hash browns. Classic breakfast. As she served him, he noticed something odd. Maya was working twice as hard as the others. Two male servers stood near the counter, laughing, barely moving between tables. When customers paid by card, they suddenly appeared to take the check, even from Maya's section. Greg watched. He listened. And then, quietly, Maya leaned in while refilling his coffee. "Morning shifts are the worst," she said, almost too quiet to hear, "especially when tips don't reach the people who earn them." Greg froze. She didn't say much more. Just enough to make his stomach twist. He asked questions carefully. Tips not adding up. Schedules favoring certain staff. A manager who seemed to turn a blind eye. Maya had tracked every missing dollar. Over $600 gone this month alone. She knew who was taking it. The manager's nephew, Trevor, and a few others in what staff called the circle. But reporting it? That was dangerous. Trevor handled complaints. Trevor controlled the schedule. If you spoke up, your hours got cut. Your sections became empty. You disappeared. Greg left money on the table. Then another 20 hidden under his coffee cup. As he walked out into the parking lot, rain had stopped. But inside him, a storm was building. That night, he made a call. To Lena, head of internal investigations. "I need everything," he said. "POS records, security footage, complaints, all of it. And I want it before anyone knows I was there." What they found was worse than he imagined. Digital tips were being rerouted, funneled into specific accounts based on fake classifications in the system. Trevor and his friends were getting thousands each month. Others, like Maya, were left with nothing. Complaints were intercepted. Employees were punished. Some quit. Some stayed because they couldn't afford to leave. Greg decided to come back. This time with a plan. He returned a few days later, this time with a woman posing as his niece. They ordered a large meal and tipped $50 using a loyalty card, one of the very tools Doug, the manager, had introduced to hide the theft. The tip was instantly assigned to Trevor. Not Maya. Never Maya. The evidence was clear. Greg didn't wait. He called a full corporate intervention. On Friday morning, 3 black SUVs rolled into the parking lot. Staff looked up. Customers paused mid-bite. Lena stepped in first. Then Greg, now dressed in a sharp suit, beard gone, posture strong. He announced himself. "I'm Greg Harper, CEO of Golden Griddle." The room fell silent. Doug tried to act surprised. Trevor backed away toward the kitchen. But Greg didn't let them speak. "I came here as Walt," he said. "And what I saw was unacceptable." He revealed everything. The stolen tips. The manipulated schedules. The silenced voices. He showed the numbers. The video. The testimonies. Trevor blurted out something about team incentives before realizing how bad it sounded. They were both fired. On the spot. Legal action followed. Full restitution was given to every affected employee, including Maya. 1 month later, Greg returned, not as Walt, not as a stranger, but as their CEO. The diner had changed. Brighter, cleaner, happier. Maya stood near the front now, wearing a manager pin. Her dark circles were gone. Her smile was real again. She poured Greg a fresh cup of coffee. "Happy employees create happy customers," she said with a grin. He nodded. Sometimes the most important ingredients aren't on the menu at all. Moral lesson: silence protects the guilty. Courage changes the game.